for my meals. Oh, let's just shut you up for right now. That's better.
What a guy.
What do I have?
We got 2 minutes.
Barely.
Wait, where's this email?
It's from Mo. Just type in Mo Jenkins.
Hey, I got accepted into the mentoring program. Let's go. Rebukin is 6 points away from 100.
Points. Yes.
Points. Basketball.
Yes. Yes, we can. Hey, what do you want us to do for the anthem?
What do you want them to do for the anthem?
Talk through it or not? Thank you.
Goodbye.
Tell them to do the anthem. 1 minute. 1 minute to showtime, baby. Let's do this.
Welcome to RHSN. This is amazing. I remember our first broadcast together. You go, listen, we're standing up the entire broadcast. And we did it that broadcast. We haven't done since. I actually like standing.
And welcome everyone to the beautiful Montclair State campus. Today we are down live at Sprague Field, and Coastal Lacrosse Conference play is just about to get underway. I'm Brandon Morazzo, he's Vincent Pacone, and right now the Montclair State Redhawks are set to defend home turf against the Kean Cougars, where these two teams are battling to keep the 4th seed round alive to get playoff home action in conference play tournament. Vin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a great day to do it. We've seen the last couple games here at Sprague Field have not been the prettiest scene. This is probably the prettiest we've gotten so far, and it's going to be necessary for the Redhawks to really take it home today. This is a big game. I mean, Kean and Montclair are no strangers to each other. They played in the NJAC together. They left the NJAC together. They're now here in the Coastal Lacrosse Conference. and it's a big game here.
Well, right now, Montclair coming in with a 4-7 record, 2-3 currently at home. Sadly, on a 3-game losing streak on the opposing side. The Kean Cougars rocking with an 8-6 record, 0-3 in the conference for both of them. Away record 3-2. This is the 67th matchup between these programs, where Montclair currently holds a 49-18 win margin with a current 3-win streak currently happening.
Yes, this is a great game right here. I mean, both these teams have the fuego, have the fire. It's going to be a great one to keep on rolling.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they're going to need to keep on rolling for the path to the playoffs coming for them. As we said, Montclair needs this win right now to keep that 4th seed hopes alive. Unfortunately, as we said, coming off a couple of game losing streak right now, 3, where they will be closing out the season against Salisbury after this. These wins are coming at a crucial point.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can look at the graphic on the screen right now. Kean and Montclair both sit at the bottom right now. As you said it earlier, they're both looking for that first conference win. One of them is going to get it today. And whoever, I mean, all teams are taken into the playoffs, but this is a great one to take it home. And you lose today, that home field advantage is gone.
For sure, and it's been a rough stretch for Montclair State, as we currently said, a 3-game losing streak. Hate to keep harping on it, but that's just the facts right now. But it's not like they're not playing just no-name programs. I mean, Christopher Newport right now on top of the conference, University of Mary Washington not far behind, and of course Stockton University have been the last 3 opponents, and it's been close games. I mean, 12-6, 11-8, 15-11. Montclair just not being able to keep it close towards those final minutes, but they do start off pretty hot, Vin.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-doubter. They are trying to get past it. You said it, Maz. These are all close games. They just can't get that final little tap over the edge, and that's what you're really looking for today. They only have one more game on the season, and that's Salisbury.
No, for sure. But it all starts right here today, Vin. And I'll tell you, they got to have their eyes out for this high-power attack right now. I mean, Dylan Johnson, in all 14 games, he has 44 goals, 16 assists. That's 60 points on the season. He's tied with Nick Thorne, but unlike Thorne, he's played every game of the season right now. And for this remaining schedule, it starts right here. It starts right now. Of course, looking over at Kean, they're going to close out that day against Maritime College, but we'll see what happens. But you got to keep your eye out for Johnson for me today, Vin. He has been absolutely deadly the entire year.
Yeah, I mean, 44 goals. Terrifying. And you put out Nick Thorne and Dylan Johnson, both of them 44 goals, 16 assists, and Nick Thorne's done it in one less game. I mean, the Redhawks, you're going to need to really power past them, because in 11 games, which, yes, is a little bit less, Ryan Verbuchen leads the Montclair State right now with 32, far away from 44, and nobody else with him is even in the 30s.
Yeah, no, you know, it's going to take the entire village right now, especially up an attack. I'm looking at a John Crank. I'm looking at Jack Cleary, Ethan Mounier. They have to start getting the ball to Verbuchen. They have to find a way to get involved on the action. They've been known to score goals and assist each other, especially with Cleary currently leading. But it all starts with Verbuchen right up top. They have to get him going, Vin.
Yeah, and Verbuchen, I mean, this could be a very big game for him for a lot of reasons. I mean, playoff contentions are on the line. He is close to 100 points career-wise, only sitting 6 away. And last time he versed Kean, he had 6 goals. So you do the math there, you could be seeing that 100-point mark. And also looking at it in these last 3 games, despite the losing streak, he's put up 12 points. I mean, those are numbers that you want to see from your star player.
No, absolutely. But at times we do just see him kind of get left out on an island, and they almost expect him to put the team on the back at times. Not saying that they rely solely on him, but there's times where that he takes control and everybody just kind of ends up ball watching. I would really love to see the Montclair State Redhawks giving that support, setting him up on those opposite wings where he likes to rifle it from distance.
Yeah, I don't know who would doubt that, but you got to get him more in play. But you also have to understand, listen, Ryan Verbuchen is a sophomore, all right? There are players that you could put the team on their back.
Sure.
All around Montclair State campus. Ryan Verbuchen is still working to that point. I mean, he is a rising star here at Montclair State campus, and it keeps on rising from here.
For sure. And, how about looking the matchup also that's favoring him is that Matt Poskett, head coach from Montclair State, in his 6th season currently has a 6-3 record versus Kean's legendary 21st season coach Shelly Shiner. So 6-3 favor in Poskett. It should be a night for them to get back into the win column and start climbing towards that chase for the coveted 4th seed, so that we can still get some Montclair State lacrosse action here on the Red Hawk Sports Network.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to be right back here on, I believe, April 28th, potentially, for the game. It all comes down to today. It starts today with the first game.
No, it all starts with getting after it for sure, Vin. Any predictions for this matchup before we get to the starting lineups?
Any predictions? You got to say Montclair wins this one, but I think it's going to be a close game. Both these teams are going to be able to fight. We've seen our last 3 matchups. The games have been close. I mean, all within 5 points or 5 goals. I think today we see another close game, but I really feel kind of like a 13-12 game.
Yeah, that's a good one. Lock me in for a 12-10 win in favor of Montclair State. I think the guys are ready to get after it. Speaking of getting ready, why don't we get to the starting lineup, starting with the visiting Cougars. First, up in attack, the 5th-year number 1, Connor Badger. Also in attack, the sophomore number 4, Dylan Johnson. The midfielder, the graduate number 8, Anthony Porter. The attacking junior number 10, Tommy Hamtill. The long stickman sophomore number 11, Drew Tucker. The junior defenseman number 12, Tyler Nolan. The freshman defensive midfielder number 26, Jacob DeVore. The sophomore goalkeeper, number 30, Nick Paterno. The sophomore defenseman, number 33, Tommy Egan. The junior defenseman, number 88, Kenny Yeager, rounding them out. And now for your starting lineup of your Montclair State Redhawks. First up in attack, the junior out of Wayne, New Jersey, number 1, John Crank. The junior back in midfield out of Putnam Valley, New York, number 17, Ethan Mounier. The senior midfielder out of Branchburg, New Jersey, number 19, Jack Cleary. The senior defenseman out of Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey, number 24, Jeff Felter. The sophomore attacker out of Hillsborough, New Jersey, the star man, number 28, Ryan Vierbuchen. The senior long stickman out of Flemington, New Jersey, number 33, Darren Mayer. The sophomore defender out of Randolph, New Jersey, 41, Patrick Bjork. The senior midfielder out of Sparta, New Jersey, number 45, Aiden Maxwell. The sophomore defender out of Flemington, New Jersey, number 50, Corbin Quintero. And rounding them out, the main man, the senior goalkeeper out of Livingston, New Jersey, number 10, Brandon Shevins. Head coach is Matt Poskett for Montclair State, Shelly Shiner for Kean Cougar, no strangers to one another. Ref's just going to give the final talking to, and we will get to opening face-off. Vin, you can almost cut the tension with a knife.
With a butter knife, some would say. It's going to be heated here, and, I mean, if you're watching a game tonight, turn it off and watch Montclair against Kean. This is going to be a game to remember for sure.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we could use a little heat right now. Luckily, the rain did hold off. We got a little sprinkle of it earlier on. It's currently 52 degrees. The field just a little bit damp, but rain holding off until around 30% at 12 a.m. down here at Montclair State University. We will see how it goes. Facing off looks to be Lucas Novak for Montclair State, and I believe Christian Updale on the other side. And Novak, wasting no time, coming the other way, fires a shot out of bounds, and Montclair going to retain possession. How about Lucas Novak with the hot start?
Oh, trying to get on the board early. You got to respect it.
Speaking of on the board early, Cleary trying to take a low underhand shot, but that one comes up saved. Great job by Paterno. A lot of room to work with on that, Vin, just getting right to the center. There was no one by him.
Yeah, that's 2 plays right there where Montclair just kind of marched into scoring territory.
Ball gets cleared by Kean, trying to go back down. And what a save coming from Shevins. No problem for him.
Fell to his knees on that one.
I believe that was Anton Updale on the shot. Montclair again now in their final third. John Crank at the 10-yard line. Currently guarded by Egan. Crank going to slide things over. Montclair getting it over at Cooper, but he loses the ball. Ground ball ensuing. And luckily for the Cougars, ends up rolling right to their goalkeeper.
That looked like it was going to get away for a second there. Redhawks just marching into the zone early.
Speaking of marching in, Crank giving some physical play. Ground ball ensuing as him and Tyler Scott taking off for it, but the advantage going towards Montclair State. Possession stays with the Redhawks.
It's crucial for the Redhawks to get on the board early here. I mean, to keep things rolling, you want to get out of this 3-game losing streak. That's the big name of the day. So far in this losing streak, in the first period, they've only scored more than 1 goal once, and that was against the University of Mary Washington when they lost 11-8.
Well, now Cody Cooper trying to charge up the engine, gets it to Verbuchen. Verbuchen shot coming, but it's saved by Paterno. A ground ball at midfield. Quintero trying to race forward. He'll meet Dylan Johnson's stick, but they'll say Johnson had the right to the ball. So Johnson going to get us going once more as Craig Klepacki trying to play it up. Trying to kill some time here. And passing it back to the 40. Cougars, only with that one breakaway shot before, Shevins was able to be right on top of it. We'll see how their offensive set looks this time, going with a very, very spread offense.
Yeah, look at that little man-on-man action here.
As I believe that's Nick Thorne was lurking on that near right corner. Now up to Batcher. So other side shot coming down low, buried in the back of the net. And what distance that was from Dylan Johnson, the sophomore main man.
Wow. I mean, another goal for Dylan Johnson on this year. Whew. And that was just a straight shot that hits the ground and doesn't stop from there.
It's definitely a tough shot to save if you are Shevins. Those bouncing shots, when they're buried low, they just take weird spins on you. If you don't get your net to it right away, they can get past you. Kean on top, currently 1-0.
That's now his 45th goal, and he takes the lead in the Kean Cougars
Great
team.
effort on the face-off. Shot coming. Shevins deflects it. That one rolls out of bounds. But how about the face-off coming there from Jacob DeVore?
So far, face-offs leading straight to offensive possessions and shots incoming.
It's the name of the game, but I will say, Vin, the high energy off the face-off win from both teams, just not wasting any time. Sometimes you see teams take the roundabout path, but not these two. They're running right through the brick wall. And now Porter going to get it behind the net, try to reset things. A little shake-and-bake action shot coming, hits off the top right angle. And that ground ball going to be picked up by Darren Mayer.
Redhawks got really lucky on that one. That looked like a 2-0 lead at the beginning.
Well, Nick Thorne just got outscored by Dylan Johnson to take the lead for the team. He was trying to get one back quick. Speaking of getting one back quick, Will Ginch now coming in. It's buried in there. Montclair equalizes.
That was way back, like 10 yards back. Wow.
How about Ginch just going straight up the alley? No problem for him. And Tom's River Edge, stand up right now because Will Ginch just bursted the dam. All tied up at 1 now. What an effort from that young man.
Now his second goal on his collegiate career.
Came at an optimal time now. Mayer trying to get in there with the face-off. The long stickman able to grab it. Now over to Cleary. Cleary, with a little hesitation, comes in. And that time stuffed out by Paterno on some quick reflexes. A second behind him, but was still able to make it. A nice clearance. Now up with Tyler Scott coming down the near sideline. Scooping it to a teammate. As Nick Thorne's going to reset things up top with Hunter Jenkinson. Cougars opting to go to that far side now. Waiting for some subs to come on. Back to the near side, Anton Updale. Updale streaking, thought about a shot, opts for the pass. Resetting up top, still lurking on the perimeter. Montclair doing a nice job of sticking with a man-to-man defense. Showing off some speed, Brandon Stewart going to pass again back up top. 30 seconds to work with for Kean. Oh, a shot right to the, a pass right to the center. Brandon Stewart, a shot to the near post. And he's able to get it past Shevins. 2-1 Cougars on top.
Just a nice right hook shot right there, and that's a 2-1 lead right back up. I mean, this is going to be a punching match for sure. We may see that 13-12 mark here real soon.
So back to the center with Jacob DeVore and Darren Mayer right now for the faceoff. You saw Kean lurking on the perimeter. Didn't get anything going, so they opt to force the pass right into the center. And right in front of the crease, they buried it.
I mean, nothing better
Couple
than
yards
that right
out,
there.
some distance on it, but still right down the center. He was positioned. DeVore ends up with the face-off win back-to-back for him. Hunter Jenkins now hesitating. Going to take some contact and Kinch, sending both of them to the ground momentarily. Christian Updale now from the 25, going to sling it behind the net. Kean going to try to play some diversion games. Waiting for some substitutes to come on to reset. Still spread out like the Grand Canyon. Cormac McCobb, the pass before, and there's the rain playing it in as you see the slip coming from Dylan Johnson. That one rolls out of bounds. And then, lucky for Montclair State, they're no stranger for playing in the rain this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't look very rainy today, but I mean, it was drizzling a little bit this morning, and I mean, that still plays a lot. We played a kickball game for our local network, WMSC, and I was slipping and sliding all day.
Cleary now trying to attack the near post. Gets it to Verbuchen. Verbuchen trying to go near side, trying to get one back, and he gets the cheeky little turnaround. Equalized once more. Deuces.
Wow, he is such a great player. Keeping it rolling once again. His 33rd goal on the season, and now only 5 points away from one hundo.
And you saw back behind the neck with him, Jack Cleary thought about giving the screen, but Verbuchen, instead of coming out and around, he cuts the corner and comes right near that near post. And a quick little turn, a quick fire, and he's got the second goal here for Montclair State. DeVore winning it once more. Anthony Porter past the 20, thought about a shot, but the long stickman coming in there, Christian Shotwell, forces him out.
Great game to start off. I mean, the offensive battle between these two teams.
They're coming right for it right now. A little pivot action on the top far side. Spin there from Dylan Johnson. But he had Patrick Bjork right in his chest. And right in the chest, the shot comes from defense tight, but still got cracked open. Anton Updale putting on a performance.
Updale had a lot of pressure coming from Aiden Maxwell on him, and he falls on that shot. I can't tell if he was pushed or slipped on that one, but what a shot on the move. Look at that.
Took a shot right to the chest.
Wow.
It was clean, too. A diving effort on it. Wow. Back to the face-off here. And again, you see Kean taking advantage there. Montclair's got to find a way to come away with these, as Jacob DeVore has won the last three. Connor Batcher now with Thorne. Gonna go back up top.
Looks like they're just trying to figure out something to start working here against the defense.
Three-man high line for them. Racing in is Stewart. Passing behind. And you saw them trying to get a shifty cutter up top. Just couldn't get it to go. That's going to be offsides. Montclair going to take over now. Darren Mayer with the ball. Maxwell now to Cleary. From the 35. Two defenders lurking. Cleary trying to blow past him. Going to opt to turn back around and reset it with Maxwell. Over to the opposite side now with Cooper. Going to receive a pick. High up top from Simons. Cooper battling in, gets it in there, and bullies his way into Montclair State's third goal of the night.
Wow, he looked like a running back going through defenders there and is able to get the shot in perfectly once again. Some great shots early today, and it keeps it going with this one here.
And Jackson Simons, setting that crucial pick, was able to clear him up, and that gives him the lane that he needs. It goes net down, no problem. Beautiful play, physical play. And back to midfield with the faceoff.
Legs looked like they got a little bit tied up there. He's able to come out of it totally unfazed.
Montclair opting to go with David Driscoll on it. He gets beat on it. Shot one-on-one. Shevin somehow gets it out. Quintero, you see the frustration with a big hit trying to get that attacker out of the zone. That was dangerous. You got to give it to Shevins. I mean, the face of danger right at his doorstep, and he holds strong. Pass, tipped, ground ball ensuing. Some great play from the Redhawks. Darren Mayer trying to go coast to coast. He'll swing it over with Felter. Felter with a
wow, what a pass to
underhook.
Cleary
I
on
believe
that one.
that was with the weak hand as he switched the stick. A great job there. Montclair forced to slow things down now. John Crank trying to get back to his right shoulder. Doesn't like what he sees. Forces a pass down low. Was trying to set up Willie Burge. But that one's going to be intercepted. Crank trying to intercept. Cougar able to clear. 2-on-1. And a flag is called. But the goal is going to stand on the alley-oop. They had numbers, and they made the most of it.
Off the feet. Look at this replay here. Look at this. The pass is high. Doesn't matter. Yeah, let's get a rewind of that for sure. The pass just a little high. Doesn't matter. The little alley-oop on that one.
Top goals, point getters, and goal scorers. Nick Thorne linking up with Dylan Johnson on that alley-oop.
Ooh.
Kobe to Shaq-esque.
Put a little sauce on that pasta there.
So I believe there is going to be a penalty after the flag. I believe it's now cleared, so we should all be good, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't believe you are mistaken.
So we're going to have a face-off violation as Kane gets that one.
Yep.
Batcher now. Two defenders closing out on him. Goes back up top. Ball lost momentarily, but regained. Schlusser going to go back over to Batcher. Out on the perimeter now from the 20. Nice juke move. Second defender coming. He takes the shot. Shevins down to his hip. Able to make the save.
I mean, you just said that Shaq and Kobe alley-oop over there. That was kind of a Derek Jeter shot. Off the leg. Had a turn entirely. I mean, doesn't get it to go, but Kean showing their athleticism throughout this entire game so far.
Montclair again trying to muster the attack. Behind the net here with Verbuchen. Going to get it over now. Willie Burge. Oh, I'm sorry, Jonathan Crank. Crossing it to the other side. Montclair trying to get some rotating, swirling action. Trying to get a perimeter shot. Verbuchen off the wing. Nails it.
Wow. Keeping it rolling, Ryan Verbuchen. Whew. Now only 4 points away from 100. Keep it going.
Back and forth we go. Denzel must be playing for Montclair because they are equalizing.
Wow. Look at that shot right there. The hook once again. Listen, Verbuchen may be a sophomore legally here at Montclair, but he does not look like a sophomore. He's playing with that senior talent.
I don't know. We look like we got some graduates fighting for the ball down there like a pack of hyenas around an injured antelope. Who will come away with it? Quintero gets it to Felter. Montclair somehow winning that faceoff that took them all the way to the 10-yard line, their own 10-yard line. Trying to get out of their zone now. Willie Burge crossing midfield. Going to get it with Cleary. Jack Cleary going to get a screen from Burge. Doesn't get most of the contact, though. Cleary forced back out. Up with Cooper. Cody Cooper already has one physical goal. Trying. Oh, a little shifty action there. Loses the ball, though. 2 defenders, 2 sticks. Pop it up. And the clearance coming. As DeVore gets it with Batcher. Batcher finds a Cougar up top. High shot coming from Johnson. It's out. But Kane will keep the possession. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. Pass to the inside. Montclair. Nice job of adjusting. 2 defenders on a Cougar at all times. See the communication, covering the zone. Shot coming again, this time from Batcher. Looking for his second. Just wide right. 44 seconds to work with.
These shots are coming in fast. I mean, I think we're going to see a little bit less shot opportunities in this second period, but right now, I mean.
Oh, and trying to get the backside cut, but no good. I believe Anton Updale trying to get a quick one over on Shevins. Kane, 25 seconds now. Dylan Johnson, Whip York, and a whistle coming in from the ref. I believe
they never reset.
It might be a clock issue. I heard from the Kane side that there was no reset, but I don't believe that the shot would reset the shot clock because it never was saved or was on target. It was wide.
I
Correct
would
me if I'm
agree
wrong.
with that. No, I think you're right on that one.
But it looks like they're going to oblige the Kane request. Some more time is going to go back on the shot clock for them. 55 seconds to work with. Interesting. Nonetheless, here we have it. Tied up at 4. Kane again lurking in Montclair area. The Cougars trying to work like a pack of dogs to get it going. Pass back up top. Long shot coming. Shevins sends that one out of bounds on the deflection. He's been phenomenal tonight.
Keeps it going right here. Right now, we've been seeing a lot. I mean, the Cougars have been able to break down the Redhawks defense a couple times, and that's been costly to them. Redhawks, though, I mean, I'm going to say this, and you correct me if I'm wrong here. What I've seen so far, the Cougars have been, the nice plays, the finding the open man, getting it going. The Redhawks are just, I know our own Ant Cafone hates this word, but gritty. They just drive in right now, and they're battling through 2 or 3 defenders.
Couple of times, yes, but you got to give it to them. I mean, Verbuchen finding open spots in prime positions.
But
speaking of prime positions, tackled basically right in front of the net as he entered the crease, so it's going to go Montclair way. Cannot believe it for Dylan Johnson, but he was in the crease. How about that Montclair defense? You want to talk about gritty? I mean, that was an all-out blitz the second he got close to the net. I believe Quintero getting in there on the action, sending it low. Montclair on the attack again. A great save coming this time from Paterno as he regains it. Jackson Simons almost taking the lead for Montclair, just mere inches away. Kenny Yeager now going to clear it up with DeVore. DeVore, let's settle things here with Hunter Jenkinson at midfield. Switch is coming on. Got to make sure you're on sides.
That pass got away a
Ooh,
little
an
bit
ugly
there.
pass gets away from him. You see the net being checked a little bit, as it looked like the ball just got caught at the final second and took an awkward angle as it rolls out of bounds. The Redhawks get a break. Bjork going to cross the field now with Quintero. Quintero, nice spin move past Dylan Johnson. Going to stop at the 50, and a thread of the needle pass gets it with Ethan Mounier. Montclair, again, I believe Verbuchen, diving effort.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Talk about laying it all out there, but a rock-solid job. Nick Paterno, the sophomore out of Bernardsville, New Jersey, didn't even flinch. And somehow saving that ball from going out of bounds. The Cougars trying to get a counter strike going while Montclair is still setting up the defense. But to no avail. Montclair now playing a sort of jumbled zone. Forces this one going out of bounds. How about the pressure as you see half man, half zone on them? Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Bjork and Quintero felt her back there. The fellas got it going. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. We are all tied up at 4. Back and forth we went, but nobody able to pull away, Vin.
Yeah, and I think that's just, the part of the game. But, wow, did we see a lot there. The crazy shots, the great passes. I have to say, that alley-oop shot, I'm still thinking about it to this minute. As we go into this second quarter, though, I think we're going to see a lot more structure between these two defenses. Usually what we've seen is the first period, teams are finding their groove, figuring out what they're going to do, and that sometimes leads to goals being scored against. In the second, though, I mean, we're lucky. These two teams are tied at 4 apiece. You get to get your groove a little bit, and there's no hole.
No, not at all. But I'll tell you right now, it all starts off with the face-off. Kean has the substantial lead right now, winning 6 of 9 of them. That's how their offense has been able to start getting generated, and that's how they've been able to get that burst of energy going early on. If Montclair can settle that, it should all be good. So once again, you are watching the Red Hawk Sports Network. We want to shout out our crew being here on this slight drizzle night. It's a little chilly down here, but no problem for the crew.
Yeah, we got to give a big shout out. Got to give a big shout out to our producer today, Maurice Jenkins. I mean, his first game that he's producing, and I got the screen right here. It looks like you're doing pretty good, Bo.
Well, you know what? Ryan Tulio better watch out. He's got to run for his money. Shout out Ryan, though. Got a professional opportunity working in professional sports today. So hopefully he makes the most of the opportunity, which I know he will. But back to the action at face-off. This time, Christian Updale in there for Kean. They come away with it as Drew Tucker gets a stick onto it. Christian Updale now sliding over with Dylan Johnson at the 20. Johnson going to send it behind the net, but receive it right back on the touch pass.
And so far this season, Redhawks coming into the second period with a lead. They are 1-2 on the season. Only 3 games.
No lead here right now. As Anthony Porter, he saw the switch of the hips. Almost Dak Prescott-esque, was about to fire in a touchdown if he had the space. But some good defense from Aiden Maxwell forces him to reset. Maxwell trailing a shot coming way too high for Connor Badger. But the possession going to stay with Kean, 39 seconds. And Badger was able to just set up shop right in the middle of the white jerseys of Montclair State, but just couldn't get the action on the stick to come down low enough. Johnson coming back up to the center as Bjork swipes at him. Fires it over. Oh, my. What a rifled shot. About 20-plus yards on it. Anton Updale His second of the night, assisted by Dylan Johnson. Updale with some serious power on that one. Take a look at it.
I don't think Randy Johnson could put up those numbers with his
I'll
arm.
tell you, if the bird would have, we wouldn't even have seen the feathers explode had he been in the path that time. 5-4. Kean regains the lead. Montclair's responded, and that's going to be an infraction of the face-off. Montclair going to take over. Willie Burge with the ball. Going to give it to Simon. Simons out with Cleary on the far left side. Cleary guarded by Yeager. Forced back up top with Cooper. Cooper surveying. Looking like he was looking for a back cut from Verbuchen. Crank. Gonna exit to the center. Simon shot. Save. Nick Paterno.
And looking at the Kean side, I mean, you see they put one goal up here on the season so far. They're 2-0 when going into the second period with a tied ball game. These are numbers that you usually don't see. I mean, the Redhawks is more ordinary. That 1-2 record, the aggressive Cougars keep it rolling. I mean, I have the opportunity to know one of the former Kean Cougars, Greg Castor, and he's always said that Montclair and Kean are two of the most hardest working lacrosse schools that he knows.
Well, you know, that's why the invitation to the Coastal Lacrosse Conference has come, to battle great programs. And, oh, that one misfired. And that shot might have just ended up all the way at the Sydney Opera House, because that one is out of here. Mistimed it just a bit. And, you know, it doesn't look like there's a lot of rain down there, but you know that moisture is playing a factor. Verbuchen switches sides now. Cleary receives a screen from Cooper. Gets it over to him. If Cooper would have just kept on running with it, he would have had a step on the defender. Could have got a shot off. Definitely would have paid for it, though, with a hit. Shown he's not afraid of it. Cooper back to the center. Over with Mounier. Mounier just a bit too high on it, but snatched out of the air. Paterno.
And you see the defense there from the Cougars. I mean, the Redhawks can't even drive in on that possession.
Trying to clear it now. Just able to get it going. A flag going to come. Thought it was going to be a timeout. So I believe the flag's going to be picked up, if I'm not mistaken. I saw the clear attempt, and then we saw the whistle. I don't know if it's a timeout, though, as Kean's already back on the field. We saw a flag come flying as we sort things out. Vin, what do you think about the action thus far?
This has been an incredible game. I mean, I'm having fun just sitting up here. And I think a couple times being caught watching the paint dry, because these shots are so amazing. I'm caught in awe. I mean, we talked about it in our pregame. The Redhawks needed Ryan Verbuchen to show up, and the 2 goals so far today, I mean, he's been showing up.
I believe it's going to be offsides on Montclair State.
Oh.
So it should be a 30-second power play here.
30 seconds is a lot of time. Quick timeout.
And a timeout is going to come. So looks like Coach Shelly Shiner going to want to talk things over here. Posque has a little bit more of the puzzle to figure out here. Down 1 and now down a man with Kean ball. We've seen Montclair in this position before. And you see them switch to a bunch defense right in front of the net, and they'll be circling If I had to guess, it tends to work.
The one thing that we've seen with that bunched up defense a little bit, when they're able to move out, somebody's able to cut in.
And with the spread offense that Kean's been showing, I mean, those guys are basically playing from New Hampshire to Florida, up over to Washington, down to Arizona. 4 corners.
4 corner. I really did think you were talking about DC, but
No, Washington State.
oh yes, big one.
The
Big
one that's right above Oregon, next to Idaho, right below Canada.
home of Seattle. We've seen so far, though. I mean, you're right, Mass. The bunched up offense,
Defense.
or defense. Thank you. It has been working, but listen, Kean has shown that they're able to take those shots from as far out as they want it. They're able to drill them.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see Kean with a man right in the center of it. That's Tommy Hamill as he gets the assignment here. Long shot coming flying. And you see Shevins trying to race to be the closest man to the ball. But it's going to stay with Kean. Going to reset here. Porter up top. Hesitates the shot. Trying to get swing and motion going, and that one hits just under the crossbar and bounces out. A lucky break coming for Shevins. Montclair's Maxwell trying to clear it himself, and he will.
The second big lucky break for Shevins in the game so far today, and that's why we're here at a 1-point game.
Verbuchen wants to run the offense through Cleary here. Cleary just testing Yeager. Just waiting for those subs to come. Penalty obviously over now. Montclair with some life here. Luis Azara checking into the game. Azara going to pass it behind the net now with Verbuchen. Verbuchen getting the screen from Crank. Doesn't use it the first time. Takes it the second time. Little hesitation. And some nice play from him. Verbuchen slips. Defense right on him. Still no problem. Got to give it to Tyler Nolan. Knocking him to the ground on that one. Montclair now. Brandon Lewandowski coming all the way around the net. And to go back up top. Jeff Felter now. Little left and right shake and bake. Splitting the defense. 3 defenders on him. Holding on momentarily. Ground ball ensues. Kean comes up with it. And that one going out of bounds. Too much pressure on there. John Crank cranking up the pressure on the press. And boom, Montclair gets it right back. Crank.
Big plays in big situations here for both teams.
Just trying to spin off the defense, but he gets stuck by Tommy Egan. Gonna go back up top now. Cleary gets a screen. Shot coming from Azara. That one saved by Paterno.
Paterno's really shown that these long shots are not getting to him whatsoever.
7 saves for Paterno thus far. And how about that effort coming all the way back? And Carter Finnan stopping Yeager from getting a shot off. But danger not averted yet. Shevins has to come off the line, but too fast is Dylan Johnson nailing it home. 6-4.
You'd think he's making a basket the way he's weaving down low.
I'll applaud you on that one.
Thank you.
So now a 2-goal deficit. Montclair with some time to make up. 8:30 remaining here in half number 1 here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Multicam coverage of the Coastal Lacrosse Conference. Montclair State Red Hawks versus the Kean Cougars.
And you just saw the replay there. I mean, you see he makes the left, the right, and then goes in.
And how about a quick fire down the alley, but it ends up a gutter ball as Christian Updale won the face-off. And just like Meatloaf, a bat out of you-know-where, he was.
That was good. I know who Meatloaf is. I'm not that young.
Everybody should know who Meatloaf is. Anyway, shot coming far side, hits the post. Shevins grabs it. Clearance coming. As I believe Will Ginch now had Cleary cutting, but opts to go outside with Verbuchen. Jackson Simons on the far side. Gonna give it up. Cleary trying to come around. Yeager past Simons, and it's wide.
Oh. Just a little off on that one. Almost niched the corner there. Doesn't get it to go.
Possession stays with the Redhawks. 44 seconds on this one. Cleary takes matters into his own hands, and the sidewinder side shot nails the far post in. Just absolutely insane. Cleary said, enough nonsense. I'm taking matters into my own hands. Coming around, gets it back. A 1-point game here. Back to face off at center field. And that beautiful Montclair State Redhawks logo. Again, the face off going to be won by Updale. Kane again getting back on the attack. Close to some offsidage. But everybody right where they needed to be. Back up top again. Cormac McCobb. Gonna hand it over now. New face Jackson Early. But not a new face. Being a fifth year, but into this one for sure. Connor Batcher now in dangerous position. Passes again back up top. Kane trying to get some angles going. This time again going to that down low shot with the bounce. Getting it in. And just like that, the lead back up to 2. 7-5 as Jonathan Slusser sluiced out that goal. They were searching for it. 6:26 remaining here in half number 1, and it surely is a close one as we predicted. The face-off, this time won by Montclair. A great job, I believe, from David Driscoll. They had success with that far side last time with Cleary. He's going to try it again. Opting to get a similar shot going, but the defense was on the same page. Simons going to take us to the 35. Pass it over here. Ethan Mounier tries getting the shot going. Teston just going wide. Possession stays with the Redhawks. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Verbuchen from the back corner. Up to Mounier. Now, Cleary on the opposite side, taking us around the net. Forced to go to the wing with Crank. Cooper now in the center. Montclair trying to find an opening. Cooper slips, regains his balance. Gonna set a screen here for Crank. Crank in the center. And the whistle comes. They wave off the goal. Even though Crank buried it. Might have been a moving screen here. Some action at midfield. Long Stickman able to get out of it. Dylan Johnson now. Didn't want to test Bjork. Going to go to the opposite side. And a timeout going to be taken here with Shelly Shiner. And an interesting call. As you saw, Cooper was trying to set the screen. Might have just moved his foot at the last second. And John Crank had an opening, Vin, and he buried it, but the goal gets waved off, and that's going to be a big moment in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be a crucial part of this game. We look back later in this one for sure. That's a rough part, but smart timeout here. Take it easy for a little bit. And that's not something that, hopefully shows up in the final score.
Well, I'm sure, Coach Shiner is saying, we got lucky with that one because Crank got it past us. But nonetheless, here we have it. Let's slow things down, and this is a big moment. I mean, if they could capitalize, a 3-goal lead gives you some cushion for the later periods.
Yeah, and with still a little under 5 minutes left in this one. A lot of game left to play. We still have the entire second half here. And, I mean, the Redhawks have shown that, hey, we're still in this. We're fighting. We're working. We're figuring out what's working, what's not working. And, although some things haven't been working and Kean has been able to take the lead here, I mean, you got to have faith in these Redhawks. They keep on pounding.
For sure, but right now, 13 shots on goal, and 7 of them have gone in for Kean. Right now, those measures are in their favor.
Thank you. That's just something that you got to break down a little bit. The defense here, I mean, we look here. They're playing a wide zone. Back defenders aren't really on the man. And I understand that that's widely because they understand that they can get back on defense there. But the shots have been coming from deep. And
even with playing that wideness, you can see the camper in the center. I believe Cormac McCobb down low. Or Nick Thorne. Right now, I believe it's Thorne. He's putting pressure in front of that net. So Montclair can't put all of their assets out wide where the shots have been coming. But here comes the pressure. Ground ball force somehow squeaked away. Thrown away this time. Save coming from Connor Batcher, keeping that one in bounds. But trying to get that shot off. It's grabbed by Shevins. Clearance coming here. Little bob and weave action from Will Ginch. Gets it over to the attacking side. And there's been a brick wall today right now with a 64% save percentage. Nick Paterno has not given up much.
Hey, but just like the Berlin Wall, all things must come down.
At least a little history lesson there. Bench Cody Cooper.
History.
Gonna set the screen here for Verbuchen. Verbuchen spins a man out of his shoes. Shot! Top right, upper 90. Montclair gets one back.
He's staring down that wall with that one. Wow. What a skilled athlete there. Ryan Verbuchen, the human highlight reel.
I'll tell you, that might have been the first sledgehammer strike in it. That was absolutely electrifying.
And now we're only 3 points away. Only 3 points away now from history.
And it just means a little bit more if you could do it in front of your home crowd.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one thing to do it here. It's one thing to do it at all. It's another thing to do it here in front of the fans. We got a nice red crowd here today.
Especially with a game with so much riding on it. Fourth place hopes for playoff to get home field in that first round will be crucial. Kean trying to bump up the pressure a bit. High shot coming from Batcher. Goes wide. So again, Cougar is going to keep it. Stewart in the center now. Swinging it over. Shot coming on a funky angle from Anton Updale. The junior said, let me see if I can squeak one in there. But just off on the timing. Oh, my. A big pass, a big hit, and an even bigger goal coming in on that one. Johnson over to Nick Thorne. Thorne gets laid down on his bum, but gets the shot off.
And Thorne kind of like falling back at the uppercut motion. I mean, you're moving in two different ways at once.
Creates a lot of torque on the stick. And that's how you get some power behind it. I mean, Vin, I couldn't even see that ball leave the net.
No. Maz, of course, the physics major.
Not in my wildest dreams, my friend. Face-off one here, David Driscoll. Montclair needs a quick one here. See the shot coming. Just off target, though. They'll keep the possession. Buchan going to get us going from the near back corner.
You got a little under 2.5 minutes here left in the first half.
Buchan coming all the way around, trying to go near post.
Boy, he is exciting. Kind of laying out on that one, trying to do just a little flip.
Yeager right on his heels. Might have clipped him at the end there, but it was clean. Lewandowski. Gonna go back up now, Ethan Mounier. Mounier been a little quiet, but how about a spin for him? Sets it up right in the center, and this time setting up Carter Finnan, the junior out of Chatham, New Jersey. Sets up camp and puts the line in.
Boom goes the dynamite. Ooh. 1 goal game now. We are almost back. Still under 2 minutes left.
Almost back to equal. Of course, Montclair State students, unbiased on the call as we root for the action here on the Red Hawk Sports Network.
Yep. As much as we are Montclair students, we're all here for a good game.
As this one is going to be a face-off infraction. Will Ginch now sees a little bit of space, going to fire himself through it. And a timeout going to come from Matt Poske. Sensing a big moment here with 141 left on the clock right now. 73 seconds to work with on the shot clock. They need to even things up going into halftime.
Oh, yeah. Even things up. I mean, it's right there. Maybe not even things up. But no goals allowed here. No, you got to shut them down for a minute 41.
Kean has to shut him down here. Montclair on the attack here with a chance.
No, I'm saying, yeah, Montclair needs to shut them down for a minute 41.
Sure, but they got the possession, man.
Yeah, I know.
So what if they want to crank up?
What are you talking about? I'm listening to you, and I'm all over the place.
In the offensive zone of the Montclair State Redhawks.
Yes.
I know we flip sides every quarter, but we are in the Montclair attacking zone with Montclair possession after the missed shot coming.
Listen, I'm in ELA, and you're talking math right now. This is too much.
Listen. Okay, Vin. The Navy jerseys are Kean. Kean is on defense for at least the next Montclair possession.
I know, and I'm saying if they don't tie it here,
okay,
then they just need to shut them down for a minute 41. I'm not going by anything more.
I disagree with you. I think they need this goal here right now, my friend.
I agree. Listen.
Oh, Lord.
I don't doubt you, but I'm saying
graduation cannot come fast enough.
If they can't tie it.
Vin, if you keep up this logic, you might be back for a 5th year just to get the bachelor's. Here we get it going. Montclair behind the net. Cleary. Over Mounier, over with Cooper. Everybody getting a touch now. Crank on the far side, coming back to the center. Montclair trying to create some diversion. Buchan getting the ground ball. 1 minute on the clock, 27 on the shot clock. Montclair still lurking out on the perimeter. Trying to get some cutters in the center. 15 seconds to work with. Crank reaching up into the air. He lets the shot rip. But Paterno grabs it out the sky. 24 seconds. Clearance is good. Tyler Scott gets it to the center. Shot coming. Shevins on top of it. Shevins trying to play Aaron Rodgers with the long pass. But Crank just couldn't grab it. Short time here, and all the momentum on the line. Missed time pass goes out of bounds. 11.2 to work with for Montclair State. Cody Cooper gets it going. 8 seconds. Needs to get the shot off. 5, 4, 3. Cooper. No shot. Missed time pass takes us to halftime. 8-7 in favor of the visiting Kean Cougars. And Vin, I really think, I know they should have forced the shot. If Cooper wasn't going to take it, he should have forced it to the center, and the shot needs to come in that moment. You cannot try to reset there.
You can't be – you got to take a shot there, whether it's in a lot of traffic or there's no traffic there at all. I mean, there's nothing left on the line. Kean's not getting another shot. You have the opportunity there. You got to find – any lane.
I mean, listen, I understand you don't want anything bad to transpire off of forcing it, but there was short time there. I mean, you look at halftime just as the game of two halves, right?
Listen.
So at halftime, it's almost, for me, that's almost like your first shot at the first end of the game, because when you come out of halftime, it's a completely new game. You got to get that momentum going with you. They still have it keeping that attack pressure on with 11.2 seconds, getting down in that attacking zone. You got to give the credit there, but they could have got even more if the shot comes off. Even with the miss from the shot comes, you still have them on their heels. But that time, the missed time pass ends up all the way back by Shevins. And you ease the pressure, and Kean can take a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, they really needed to do it there. It's a one-point game. We could have seen potentially a tied game there, and you were talking about forcing it. I know a little green alien that says do or do not. There is no try. And you needed to get something going there. You can't try to. You have to do it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it's sure a physical battle, and it is going to continue to Network. Vin, how about a stat for you in terms of official penalty? 1 30-second for offsides. That is it. Wow. I love the reffing that we're seeing right now. Let the boys play.
Ken Griffey style.
Yeah, no. Just stupendous. Then, what do the Red Hawks need to do to get in control of this one? They're in it. They don't need to get back into it. They just need to find a way to take control.
I think they need to take a little bit of the strategy that we're seeing from Kean. Open up the offense a little bit, find the open lanes, and get someone in. Don't just send one person in crashing into like a pinball machine and hoping that you get an open shot there. Open up the defense a little bit, maybe make a little bit of room. I mean, we've seen Verbuchen has been able to take charge on these highlight plays, but you still got a half hour to keep working.
If you're Kean, you got a 1-goal lead. What are you thinking?
If you're Kean, keep rolling. I mean, they're on that one-game skid right now, but they're looking really good out here today. I still cannot get over the alley-oop shot. An insane one over there. They've been able to make the highlight plays, but also they got the fundamentals. They're driving in the zone. They're getting those open looks. The defense have been able to stop it, and you got to give credit where credit's due. Nick Paterno has been incredible. I mean, Maz, you said it, a brick wall right there. You can't get anything past.
For sure, but you know what? Those numbers came back down a little bit to reality towards the end there with the attack.
You said it.
You got to give it to Shevins as well. Both him and Paterno, 10 saves apiece. The only difference, 1 goal allowed between them in terms 8 for Shevins, 7 to Paterno. They've been fantastic. We'll see how they handle the pressure of the second half action. You're watching the Red Hawk Sports Network. He's Vincent Pacone. I'm Brandon Morazzo, and we'll be right back after this short halftime here of our multi-cam broadcast of Montclair State defending home turf versus the Kean Cougars here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. And we are back here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Brandon Morazzo joined by Vincent Picone. Currently, the visiting Kean Cougars sitting with a 1-goal lead, 8-7 on top of the Montclair State Red Hawks. But a whole second half to be played. Vin.
An incredible game so far. I mean, that last play was a little bit lackluster, and we would have liked to see something work there. But up to this point, I mean, this is a game to remember.
I'll tell you what's not lackluster. That face-off as both teams battling hard. A diving effort coming from David Driscoll. Just not enough. Kean retaking the possession here. Connor Batcher going to get it over to the opposite side here. As Kean back at midfield, trying to rev up the engine. Brandon Stewart tries forcing the pass. Ground ball ensuing. Updale trying to fight for it. Mayer getting in on the action. And how about Felter diving in with a stick play to get that one loose. Bodies hitting the turf left and right.
Like a pinball machine out there going back and forth.
Johnson now with Batcher. Kean again. This time trying to spread out. You see two campers have started to take shape in the center for them.
And this is what I talked about earlier in that pregame or in the our halftime. Just the defense opening up a little bit and crowding in.
Oh my, that one had to have hurt for sure as Jeff Felter caught that one, I think, on the elbow as he jumped up and blocked the shot. I felt that lacrosse ball. I have not felt it with that much speed of a shot coming from it, and that had to have reset the nervous system a bit.
No, yeah, that one, not the prettiest shot right there. Those lacrosse balls, man, you said it, they're definitely tough. They may be rubber, but they hurt. I mean, I've practiced baseball with them. They bounce right into your face.
So 56 seconds here for the Cougars. Anthony Porter going to send it behind the net. Corbin Quintero sticking the offensive man. Forces him to pass and out of it. He's been a pipple today. Again, lurking on the perimeter. Getting through. Flags coming. Shot buried. Dylan Johnson.
We've seen so many of these like 15-yard shots right outside, and they just drill them right in.
See two flags coming right in.
Shevins has been great today, but just there's got to be so much traffic going on outside. You got to kind of concentrate. Just hasn't been able to really get that working for him so far. 10 saves, 9 goals allowed.
They're going to get a penalty here on Patrick Bjork. As it has to be slashing, and it is. As he just tried stopping the shot from Johnson, but to no avail. So, just sorting things out here. Some substitutions making their way onto the field. So 9-7 the score here. And now Mounier. Two defenders trailing. Stuck back at the logo. Takes a swipe of the stick. Takes us all the way past the 20. All the way to the 10. Now behind the net. Mounier covering distance. Gonna reset it here. Over with Verbuchen. Verbuchen, some space to work with on the near side. He sees his man John Crank. Gonna come back around. You know he likes sneaking in, trying to get to that near post and get a quick shot off. But he's gonna pass it out. 34 seconds here. Not a lot of time to work with for the Redhawks. Just trying to kill that penalty, it seems like. And back to full strength. Crank will start the offense. Takes the contact, but some good stick defense. Knocks that ball loose.
I think on that one, he puts that stick above his head to try to get away from the defense, and instead that's just out in the open.
And a quick juke back to the right side from Nick Thorne. Couldn't get past the defender, though. The Cougars trying to go right up the middle, down low, bottom left. And it's in there.
He goes straight through the legs of Shevins, right through the wickets on that one.
I mean, just like a joystick of a PlayStation 4, back and forth, hitting all the right angles, avoiding any obstacle. Great job by Anthony Porter. Sorry, I don't own the PS5 yet.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Sorry. I'm not there yet. It's going to be my graduation present to myself, probably.
It's going to be a big surprise.
Well,
don't tell Maz.
Don't tell me. That's for sure. Well, the ball just being saved, but they call him out of bounds, and I got to disagree with that one. Clearly in front of the red line. Nick Thorne can't believe it, and I can't disagree with him. That was a shifty save from him. But nonetheless, Felter with a long pass to the other side to Quintero. Quintero trying to clear it. Missed timing it. It goes out of bounds. Cougars take possession. A couple of times now, you see long passes in this weather just getting past.
Yeah, I think that the wind is definitely taking advantage of these high flyers here.
Again, Kean trying to mount the attack. The big fella now in Yeager. Across midfield, pass it off. Assume his duties once more on the defense. Kean loves working it all the way around, trying to set up 2 to 3 guys in the center and try to use them as picks to open up those shooters on the wings. Looks to be the move. Once more, shot coming, Shevins. Grabbing that one, and Shevins not liking that one as a Cougar entered in the crease on him when he clearly had the possession and knocked it off him.
Yeah, that looked like Nick Thorne right there, and Shevins not taking lightly to that whatsoever.
But a great job from him, like a shortstop on a fast grounder, was able to locate it and get the net to it. Here's Aiden Maxwell like a bumper car coming in, causing a little chaos, and heading back over to the other side of midfield. Pass over Verbuchen now. Yeager guarding him.
Ooh,
Oh, a
that's
nice
athletic
grab
catch.
there. And a quick pass to Cooper. Cooper somehow cutting through the trees on that one. Getting one back. A 2-goal game now, 10-8. Montclair found some life.
Yeah, second goal on the day now. Incredible on that one. Look at that catch and the assist.
Cooper, I mean, you could count it. About 4 to 5 Cougars in the area. That one avoiding everything. And past Paterno.
Looking like a crazy New Jersey driver on 80 getting around all the traffic.
I might be that crazy driver. That is me in the morning.
You got a lead foot.
Back to the face-off. Kean just keeps on taking advantage here. Again, back on the attack. Bjork trying to stop Johnson. And Johnson just put out a ballet display. Oh, my. A little Perriette, a little turn, a little pivot. How do you want it? He just gave it to you.
Answers right back on that one. Whew. Jeez.
11-8 the score. And it felt like we were just here, back to center field for a face-off. And Montclair has got to find a way to take advantage because they are getting crushed 12 out of 19 in favor.
Johnson's got 5 goals, 2 assists so far today. It's just been incredible. And on that one, he's able to get around the defense and leave them with nobody around.
So face-off violation. Montclair going to get the ball. Cleary with Ginch. Ginch forgot it for a second, scoops it right back up. Oh, some great defense being played. Forcing the ground ball. Mounier fighting for it. He comes away with it. But lurking was Jacob DeVore. Substitutions coming on here. Taking us all the way around. And back up with Cooper. As that was Lewandowski. Cooper, a pass off, trying to set a screen here for Crank. But he comes all the way back out. Mounier looking to get going. Tries getting a screen from Lewandowski. Some good communication for the defender to avoid it. Cleary on the near side again, forced to come back out. Lewandowski tries barreling through a defender, passes off. Shot coming!
Patrick, I mean, Maz, you said it earlier in our broadcast. Putting this team on his back, he may be a sophomore and it may be hard, but I mean, he's doing it tonight. 4 goals. He is single-handedly keeping this team in this game.
You see him. He sets up shop in that back right corner and then either swings it around the right to the front wing and lets a shot go fire off, or he goes left near side and a quick turnaround right in the goalie's face. He could go either way. He can score from anywhere. All he needs is space. The name is Ryan Verbuchen. Don't you forget it.
2 more years here at Montclair.
Maybe a 5th.
Maybe a 5th. A lot more time to show how much Montclair loves him.
So again, Montclair, Willie Burge. That one missed time. Verbuchen grabs it. Burge going to set the screen here. Verbuchen coming back all the way around. Try stop and slip, slides, loses the ball. Conditions down here are hard. A nice hit from Simons. Ground ball again, bouncing to the sideline. A big hit coming. Cleary trying grabbing that one. And that ball is going to go Montclair State's way. I'm surprised we didn't see a flag, even though the whistle came. Could have been a slash.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, Montclair is going to keep the ball. John Crank going to get us going. Simons now. Finnan already has a goal in this one. Could he make it a brace? Going to pass it off. Montclair. Starman Verbuchen passing back out. Oh, sorry, Cleary. Passing back out. Switching places on me, Vin. Simons taking some contact. Forced to resetting it.
Working on that outer half
And
right now.
Now Verbuchen coming near side. The defense, though, of Jaeger just able to knock that one free and potentially saving a goal on that one. As Verbuchen has some prime real estate, like he bought a house on the Miami coast. Quintero saving that one. And again, you see them trying to lurk. Cougars forced to go with the opposite side. They've been hunting like a pack. Coming near side, shot coming across the face of the goal. Rolls out of bounds, but gonna stay with Kean. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 5:26 on the clock.
And just a 2-goal game. I mean, we talked. Montclair's been playing in close games. Their last 3 matchups has been incredibly close games. It lives up to the hype here tonight for sure.
Barcher outside now. McCobb And a big save coming. That one goes out of bounds, but the shot clock going to reset here.
That one just ricocheted off him. Went deep.
And Quintero here, again, forcing them to go back up top. Kean still working the perimeter. Trying to create some isolation out on the wings. But Montclair, again, staying on top of it. Forcing the ground ball. Montclair attack coming the other way. Ginch giving it up. Verbuchen on that far side. Crank with one trailing. Going to get a screen from Maxwell. Says, I'll take it again. Appreciate you, buddy. Crank out on an island right now.
Just trying to read his options.
Trying to come around, and you see him pump the brakes, but the defense tries to cut him off. He's right in front of net. He lets it in. A diving effort coming. Saves for Paterno. Montclair still with the attack. 36 seconds.
Oh, so close.
And now we have some words here being exchanged. Look like Verbuchen and Jackson Early being peeled off, I believe, by Kenny Yeager. A flag coming, and we'll sort things out here.
Just look at this play right there. The splits on that one to save the goal, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really think he had a perfect shot on that one.
And I believe there's going to be maybe a delay of game against Ryan Verbuchen. So a 30-second extra man opportunity will be awarded to the Cougars.
Not a guy you want off this team right now.
And you heard the whistle. I saw a ball go flying. I guess it had to have come off of the stick of Verbuchen. He's been a bit frustrated out there. And I can't blame him right now, as they are only 2 goals away from tying things up.
And you want to know, he's really been pushing this train right now, pulling them, trying to see how far they can get. And it's frustrating when you're putting up these great stat lines, especially the last couple games. Now 16 points in his last 4 games. And
now breaking through the center, but Shevins at the last second gets on in there and makes another crucial save, keeping the 2-goal deficit going. An Aaron Rodgers-esque pass right on the money, as if Darren Mayer was whoever you want. Jordy Nelson on the end of that one. That was right where it needed to be for sure. Cleary. Now with Willie Burge. Going to take us to the far side as Simons lets a shot go. That one deflected off the stick of Paterno. Montclair going to get a shot clock reset.
It just looked like he missed his spot on that one just by a smidge, and it goes the other way for him.
Crank getting a pair of screens. Slips down to a knee but recovers. Passes back up top. Verbuchen tries firing just too high. And Verbuchen just knocking on the doorstep. I'm surprised that that one was not awarded to Montclair. Cooper looked to be the closer man to the ball, but not what the ref saw. Nonetheless, racing up past midfield, Hunter Jenkinson fires it in and makes it a 3-goal deficit. Coast-to-coast play for him.
Now you find yourself in a deep hole if you're the Redhawks. The Cougars riding high right now. Been able to shut down Verbuchen in this second half. Only 1 goal. But wow. I mean, another impressive shot here. Look at this, from coast to coast on this one.
Just coming back, and then boom, you see just weaving, wobbling, finishing in. Just fantastic job from him. Shane McMahon must be in the building, because Coast to coast it was.
From Jersey to San Diego.
Yep. And again, Will Ginch battling through. And there's going to be a penalty advantage played here for Montclair State. Time is of the essence. If they could get one back here, keep the hopes alive. Cleary over Mounier. I think it's going to be an offsides call if I had to guess. Crank. Coming around the perimeter once more. Carter Finnan. Finnan coming near side. Not enough room to work with. Going to set a screen here. Crank getting caught up and able to rip on through. The power from him.
The power and the control on that one. Able to keep it the entire time.
Carter Finnan. Again, trying to pass off and set a screen here for Crank. Over 20 goals on the season for him. He's been phenomenal all year. Trying to battle on through. Gets the positioning and a diving effort comes flying in. But even though the superhero theatrics comes from Paterno, there was that flag. And Montclair worked it all the way down to 8 seconds, but they still have the advantage.
I mean,
so they're going to have another shot at it as Connor Badger gets hit with an offside 30-second extra man opportunity for the Redhawks.
I mean, you said it earlier, looking like a shortstop fielding that ground ball. That was a shortstop move right there, able to make the sliding backhanded grab on that one. It's a lot easier with a baseball glove than it is with a stick like that.
Well, the butterfly net, as I like to call it, covers a lot of space, though, Vin. And I'll tell you, these goalies make the most of it. If Mr. Crocker would have had one of those, he might have caught those Fairly Odd Parents. Simons, again, going over with Crank. Montclair working the perimeter. 30 seconds. High shot, alley-oop, down low. And how about Shaq Jacoby-esque? Oh, my. Everybody forgot about the backside. And a high pass comes up and a big slam down. Montclair gets it back. Brandon Lewandowski on the end of the assist by Ryan Verbuchen, who is now just 1 point away from hitting the century mark here at Montclair State University.
What an incredible shot right there. Fakes him on the jump. You had Petrino flying high to the moon and just goes low on that one. The bounce in.
I mean, Paterno couldn't do nothing against that one. How about the pass, though, from Verbuchen, putting that one where only his man Lewandowski could get it. But now, speaking of getting a Christian Updale, getting after it and gets it right back off the face-off. He sneaks away and beelines right on an angle to the near side post.
I mean,
buries it in. Every time Montclair gets a step, Kean gets 2, and now up to 3 on them.
I truly believe that the Kean Cougars are sponsored by Allen Iverson because they keep on having the answer for every single one. Another goal there, and you keep it at the 3-point deficit. I mean, every time Montclair looks like they're digging themselves out.
And again, scooping up from the scrum, burying it in. And I'll tell you, the Riddler had to make an appearance because there's just question marks on how to stop this Kean team all over the place.
I mean, they are just knifing in right now.
Everywhere you turn, I mean, Montclair gets an advantage, and Kean ends up with gaining territory each and every time.
Yeah, just a hard one right there. That's got to be rough to deal with. Now, the Redhawks in a 4-goal deficit. I mean,
multiple times you see right off that face-off, they go right at it. And at least, by my count, 3, maybe 4 goals have come directly from that face-off. Montclair trying to get one back. Trying to take a page out of that Kean book, as this is the final seconds here. Now, the end of the third, we will be heading to the fourth. 14-10 the score. Kean getting after. Verbuchen was trying to snag that century mark right before the horn. But here we have it, Montclair with a bit of a hill to climb.
Absolutely a hill to climb. More like the Mariana Trench to swim out of.
And
But we've seen bigger comebacks. This is still a close game that we've seen so far in the record books for these two teams, but it all comes down to 15 minutes. Whoever can, pull it
Kean just has
themselves
to
out.
steady the ship. Montclair has to find a way to turn the ship around. And these rough sails, known as the winds on the mountainside of Montclair State. Gets a little chilly here.
A little chilly here.
Very chilly here. I forgot a jacket, too.
Listen, I had to go to the shortest haircut I've ever had because
Oh, yeah,
my
good
hair
one.
goes left and right.
Yeah, funny, buddy. I'm bald.
Yeah, so Maz,
Anyway.
when you came here with a full head of hair, right? And you had to cut it all off because it was just too windy for
I've
you,
been
right?
bald here the entire time. All right.
The
Anyway,
entire time.
4 goals left between these two as of right now. Can Montclair overcome just 4 goals? Easier said than done, I promise you. Multiple questions for this quarter. Can Verbuchen reach the century mark in front of the home crowd here tonight? Can Montclair keep the 4th seed dreams alive and end up with that home game?
I think it's
Can
deeper
they
than
stop?
just Verbuchen. You got to get more people
Sure.
involved. I mean, we've seen it now. Verbuchen looks like he is hitting a wall right now, and he's able to get past it. But I mean, you have 4 goals. He's taken 6 shots on goal. The Cougars have been able to see it.
Novak flying right now. Dumps it off with Aiden Maxwell. Nice job of winning the faceoff. That's how you get the energy going if you're going to start the comeback. Win the faceoff. Ethan Mounier at the 40. Getting it over here with Cleary. Cleary rushing towards the near post. Thought he was going to take a shot. Gets it over Verbuchen. He receives the screen from Mounier. Mounier takes a big hit from Jaeger for his trouble. Verbuchen tries shooting that one. Just way too high. But Montclair is going to reset. And now near post here. Trying to win the ball back. A ground ball ensuing. Oh! And a push. A goal. We'll see what the call is. I believe the push should be against Kean. The goal should stand for Cody. We'll see what the ultimate decision is. I don't believe they were in the crease.
I don't think they're calling it a goal.
So they're not calling it a goal, but the possession for Montclair State, would that not just... If you're going to play the advantage, wouldn't you just play the advantage of the goal that's coming in? I mean, if I don't know. Somebody help me.
I don't think.
Nonetheless, here we have it. Montclair with possession after that goal does not stand. And Simons tried bullying his way in, got past the defender, but is met there by Paterno. Verbuchen swinging it over. Pass down low. Cleary back up to the wing. Verbuchen fires it in. That's the century on a rifle. Absolutely snipes it.
Wow. 100 with an exclamation point on that one right there. Ryan Verbuchen once again.
5 goals in this one.
And a single assist. Wow. I mean, sophomore year, the hundo mark. Incredible for him. Look at this shot.
That's the way to get it right on the wing, just where he likes it. And that one definitely reached upper speeds past 100 on his 100th point here. And yes, it's only his 2nd year.
Yeah, we got a lot more of Ryan Verbuchen to watch here at Montclair State.
The job's not finished left. 3-goal deficit here. Face off again, won by Kean in the form of Jacob DeVore.
Kobe's not smiling with a 3-1 lead.
Job's
And
not
Verbuchen's not smiling with a hundo.
done.
Job's not
The
finished.
game won. Definitely more important to him. Even though it is a big accomplishment, he is the ultimate competitor. Johnson gonna pass it back up top. Trying to round the corner. Shot coming. Shevin snags that one from Brandon Stewart. Nice job by Maxwell to Corral. Great job of clearing. Felter takes the contact. Nice job from the long stickman to keep that one. Gets it over. How about an assist for him? Because Aiden Maxwell buries it. 2-goal game. The Red Hawks are climbing up the mountain.
Absolutely, they're climbing up the mountain. Ooh, they're sprinting up that mountain.
They keep it up, they'll soon be flying.
Like a Red Hawk.
12:31 remaining on the clock. Face off. Coming. Face off. 1. Lucas Novak. Shifty move there. Gets past the defender. Still trailing him in his pocket, though. Novak gonna take us all around the net. Some subs are gonna come on here. He's going to give it to Verbuchen. Verbuchen's got the screen for the moment. Doesn't use it. Wants to get the right personnel where they need to be. Verbuchen going to go back up top now with Cooper. Cody Cooper coming into the center. Passes off, sets the screen. Verbuchen thought about firing it, pulls it back. Tries the opposite side now. Cleary coming back into the center. Gets a screen from Verbuchen. Tries letting that one fly. And that looked to be like a knuckle curve on that one.
And that one just...
Almost like a
slider. That was a slider.
No, honestly, Vin, it went left, but kind of broke a little right. It was almost like a trivella in soccer. Screwball, they would call that in baseball.
No, screwball just goes down.
You sure?
It kind
I thought it goes back the other way.
No, it shakes a little bit, it goes down.
Declare shenanigans. Anyway, shot coming once more. And the possession's going to go with Kean. As John Crank was just wide on that attempt.
But able to take it down to a 2-goal game. Ooh.
Hunter Jenkinson already with 1 goal and 1 assist again. That one time going coast to coast, going to pass it off. Anthony Porter here. Passing it over. Far side now with Anton Updale. Updale going to take us behind the net. Over to the near side here with Dylan Johnson. Johnson coming back and around. Uses the speed back to the center. Tries getting a pass off. He takes some contact. Ground ball ensuing. Bodies hitting. Montclair State coming away with it. How about that Red Hawk with the Jets? I believe that's Cooper. Big hit is taken. Eats it like I ate that sandwich last night. And the flag comes in.
Looks like he just stumbled past. He's able to take the big hit, but just stumbles down a little bit after that.
So an advantage going to be played here. And that was a huge collision. Dynamite.
Definitely dynamite. Definitely dynamite.
And there's going to be a penalty, I believe, on Kenny Yeager for tripping 1 minute. Extra man opportunity for Montclair State. They could knock it down to 1 here if they capitalize. Mounier trying to get into the center with Cleary. Montclair with some diversion out on the outside. Verbuchen tried nailing the top corner. Just couldn't sneak it in. About 40 seconds on the penalty. So Montclair still rocking with the extra man. Simons sliding it to Cleary. Up with Mounier. Back with Mounier and Cleary trying to team up. Again, going back and forth between the two of them finally. Big shot coming. As that one goes out, Mounier tried snagging his first goal. Already has 2 assists in this one, but was looking for the first goal on that.
Yeah, especially on these last couple of possessions. Missing their mark a little bit on that shot, too, by Verbuchen.
Verbuchen puts that one across the face of Nick Paterno, but just not close enough. Crank receiving the first pass. Mounier back up top. And again, coming in the clutch, Nick Paterno snagging that one before it hit the corner on him. Pass over here, Nick Thorne. Gonna hold thing, wait for the substitutions to come. Cougars back to the spread out perimeter. Try getting a screen, trying to clear up. A low shot coming, but it's wide. Connor Batcher.
Oh, another wide miss here. A lot of misses. Might be the wind picking up a little bit here. Late night. I mean, the adrenaline's definitely running for them, so they probably don't feel the cold like we do, but
it might take that shot off course, though, so you got to watch. Brandon Stewart passing it around. Cougars trying to set up shop behind the net. Trying to get some campers cutting through. Almost an alley-oop play. Oh, and somehow that ball squeaks through, but luckily for Montclair State, rolls out of bounds as it crosses the face of Chevin's goal. 5 seconds here. Short time, trying to get the shot coming. It goes low. And they are going to reset the shot clock on that one. Wow.
7 minutes, a little under 8 minutes left here.
7:53. And Kean is going to take a timeout.
Just looks like the Redhawks. I know Kean took this timeout, but the Redhawks needed a little bit more, I would say.
Well, Shelly Shiner sensed the moment here to put a nail in the coffin. Potentially seal it. I mean, with the way that they've been playing, if they could get this goal here and chew up some clock, they have 60 seconds to work with. You figure get this one to around 6:40. Verbuchen hit his 100th career point here versus Kean just tonight. It was spectacular. But 2 goals still facing him and his squad right now. It starts with the defense here.
Yeah, I mean,
because they'll have about 6:40 to work with and change.
I think
give or take.
You got to get the goal before, if you can't find yourself in a 3-goal deficit.
You need to get the stop here.
You need to get the stop.
Absolutely.
You need to keep rolling. And if you're in that huddle right now, you got to understand. Listen, you break this down. 1, you have a chance of winning this game, and 2, if you can win this game, you have home field advantage.
And you know what? In the famous words of Grandfather Pacone, I'll cheers to that.
Thank you, Grandpa Ralph.
So the full 60 to work on the shot clock. They'll be getting it going again. Kean. Batcher takes the contact, gets it down low, and a bang-bang play right to the camper in the center, and that's the last thing you needed if you were the Redhawks.
Yeah, Thorne's second goal on the night, and I mean, maybe not showing up that much on the scoring side, but the scoring and the assists, 4 points on the day, and Nick has been living up to his name. Been a thorn in the side of the Redhawks all night.
Connor Batcher setting him up on that one. Just a great play, and it looked like Thorne may have even started the shot before he even had full control of the ball. And I mean, a split second. And now, little icing on top, a quick Shot coming, but Shevins keeps the game alive after the faceoff one. And almost offsides. A nice job of pumping the brakes there from Dylan Johnson. Literally threw himself on the floor before he crossed. Got to applaud that effort.
You got to think now. I mean, time is of the essence more than ever now. 3-goal deficit here.
Oh, Cooper was about to unleash a big shot attempt. See Yeager trying to get an extra stick over there to help out Paterno if it had come.
You kind of mentioned it earlier. I mean, Kean's been able to take a lot of these shots.
Buchan spin, thought about the shot. Gonna dance on out again. My apologies, Vin.
No, but, I mean, more in this second half than in the first half for sure. Kean's been able to make these shots without total control. Montclair is kind of...
A diving effort, just not good enough as Kean knocked the ball loose on the ground ball. Montclair trying to come in. A flag going to come here. You were saying, Vin.
We've seen Montclair, they need to set a little bit. They need to set before taking that shot. They need to have full control from what we've seen so far in this second half. That first half, they were diving in. They didn't need that much control on it. They just needed to have the ball in their in the stick. But here, I mean, they're taking a little bit more controlled approach, and sometimes that worked. But Kean's kind of throwed away the control for a little bit. And because of that, I mean, they found the ways.
So we'll be heading over to Kean's side. I believe this is going to go against John Crank on a delay of game. 30-second extra man opportunity. Kean with 73 seconds on the shot clock. Just a little over 6 minutes left in the game here. And they have a 3-goal lead. Make it 4.
Porter with the signature. Knifing it there. Whew. And we're right back to a 4-goal lead.
Quick passing, quick shots, quick finishes. Connor Batcher, back-to-back assists. Anthony Porter on the man-up opportunity. Puts the Cougars up 4. 16-12. Back to the face-off, and why not? Novak laying a man out, trying to grab that ground ball on the face-off. He trips. A swing of the stick sends another loose ball. We are all over the place, and I believe it's the long stickman coming away with it. How about the effort from Logan Lamarca? Burge now. Sorry, Will Ginch with the ball. Ginch fires it. Paterno makes the save. Lost it, but regains it. And now the clearance. Stewart. Gonna kill some clock here. Crosses to the other side. Now under 5 minutes. Coming around the net. Back up top. And Kean, and no rush at all, looking to kill as much clock as possible.
And you can imagine they're looking to find the right spot to put that nail in the coffin here. Oh.
And a pass, a hit, a foul coming. As a second foul getting thrown. So, I believe Will Ginch is going to get the penalty. There was a shove in the back. We'll see what the official ruling is. Was trying to prevent that shot from coming.
Just 4:30 left here.
And
It looks
the
like
shot clock is going to reset.
I believe the Redhawks are taking out Shevings here, bringing in Gianni Grazzano, the freshman from Montville.
So
New
I believe
Jersey.
Shevins also getting called for one. I see him down. So Will Ginch for pushing, 1 man, and Brandon Shevins on sportsmanlike conduct, 1 minute. So now the new goalkeeper in there right now, in Gianni Graziano, as you said, the freshman goalkeeper out of Montville. Not the time you want to get your minutes, but you got to appreciate him stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, I mean, Grazzano definitely, I mean, a freshman here. He was a 2-time All-State back in high school, All-Conference, and All-Division player. And just last year, he led the state in saves of New Jersey.
And that time he wins the ball back there as he wins the foot race. Nice job by him. And we'll be seeing him, I'm sure. Shevins is a senior. So Graziano looks to be next man up. A flag coming, advantage being played here. Might be offsides. Ooh, and a big hit sends that one flying. And definitely had to be offsides. So, and I got a feel for Meunier on that one. Just almost got blindsided.
Yeah,
There was already an offsides that it looked like. So, you saw the Cougar come on. I didn't see one go off. That was... So, if there was the initial offsides, how can the Cougar come on for another offsides and deliver that hit and that be legal? I would like some clarification on that one after the game. I'm sure I'll get it.
I'm sure we won't get it. I can tell you that.
So, nonetheless, Montclair, Simons, going to get things rolling, but I fear there's not enough time left here for the Redhawks with 3:20 remaining. If they pull it off, it will be the most greatest effort I've ever seen on this campus. Simons sends it in. Paterno gobbles it up. 3 minutes. Clearance coming. It's good.
Man, I mean, you can feel it here. Air kind of got knocked out of these Redhawks.
Yep.
Just late in this fourth quarter, or not late, but kind of in the midway point. They scored those first 2 goals, and then just after that, it just went a little silent for a bit.
Just a wee bit silent.
A wee bit silent. Just like me in math class.
No words.
Nothing to say.
No answers.
Nothing. I got wrong answers.
Well, they got a couple right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just couldn't get it all going. But what a game it's been for sure. Shot coming. It goes wide. And now with just 2:06 left on the clock. 14 seconds on the shot clock here. Christian Upton. Shot coming low. A great save. Coming in there from the freshman. And Quintero lays a man out. A big hit. And Quintero actually going to get the ball going his way. What a hit it was from him. And now the pass off Darren Mayer. Numbers. Felter probably should have went with Crank, though. Or let the shot go himself. You can see, was a little surprised to have that opening. The hit coming. A timeout going to be taken with 1:29 left on the clock here. I believe it is all but over, Vin.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a rough game for these Redhawks. And looking here now, I mean, it stinks. The season is not over for these Redhawks, of course.
Looking
They got
ahead for them, they will be heading down to Salisbury University
on Saturday
to take on Salisbury, of course. Another Coastal Lacrosse Conference game. For Kean, they got one more conference game as they will head down to Fredericksburg, Virginia to face the University of Mary Washington before coming home with a non-conference game, the last game of the season on April 24th, Wednesday against Maritime College.
Thank you. Look at that, Maz. You got your stuff down. But with this loss, of course, the Redhawks fall out of playoff home field advantage. Of course, everybody makes their way into the playoffs, so the Redhawks will always have... Oh.
Not everybody, Vin. There is an interesting...
Would you like to explain it?
Yes, there is. So there are currently 7 teams in the Coastal Lacrosse Conference. Of course, Salisbury's sitting on top of the conference. Stockton, Christopher Newport, Mary Washington, Warner Wilson, Kean, and Montclair State. But an interesting development with Warren Wilson has not played conference play here. So I believe... as they've scheduled differently, and they've been going through a rough season, but with no conference games thus far, I believe we're not going to see them make the 6-team tournament. So Montclair should still find themselves in. They could lock it up with a conference win. It will be interesting to see how that one plays out if it goes to goal differential or overall record. We'll get clarification on later in the week. But I believe Kean is going to lock up at least 5th with a chance to climb to 4th to snag one of those first-round home games. Montclair, of course, will be knocked out. And this, my friend, will be the last game for me for the Red Hawk Sports Network for men's lacrosse.
And, you know,
Matt,
a pleasure. I mean, probably one of the biggest voices here at Montclair. This campus will miss the Brandon Morazzo that we all know and love.
Thanks, buddy. It's nice to see you.
I know I'm going to miss him.
Get to that
nobody else
century
makes puns
mark.
with you like me.
It was nice to see Veer Buchen hit that century mark, but Montclair just coming up short. Trying to get one back here just for goal differential's sake. But that will be it. 1 second. And that is it. 16-12. Your final score here. The Kean Cougars started off hot. Montclair responded at every turn just up until halftime. And the Cougars were able to pull away and get that 4-goal lead to end this one. Ryan Veer Buchen, though, although not happy about the loss, as a sophomore has hit 100 points for his career.
Incredible stuff. I mean, there's so much more to come from him, and you know, this loss, it stinks. It definitely stings. This is something that, you know, going into this, you had a lot of hopes, a lot of aspirations about what could be next, and coming out of it, you take that loss, you lose that home field advantage. Redhawks, of course, you know, advanced to 0-4 in the Coastal Lacrosse Conference, and that's something that you don't want to see going into Salisbury. You know, a very good team that should be an interesting history against them, but I mean, they're 0-5 against them in their career.
You know what? This is where it starts. I mean, even regardless of how it looks against Salisbury, right? I mean, you're going down into Maryland to play the best the conference has to offer right this second as they're sitting on top. And playing in that hostile environment against that level of opponent should get them ready to take the road come playoff time. And we'll see how they fare. I believe The first 2 seeds get a bye. So as of right now, they will be locking up a date with Christopher Newport down in Newport News, Virginia. So that's going to be a tough one to get after, but what a way to get it going. I mean, against an undefeated team, not only in the conference, but an undefeated team for the season in Salisbury. We'll see how it goes. We appreciate you spending the night with us. He's Vincent Pacone, and I'm Brandon Morazzo. For all of us here at the Red Hawk Sports Network, especially the crew out here on this chilly night, we thank you for spending your time with us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and quickly, before we go, I apologize. I should have said this, but I want to congratulate Maurice Jenkins one last time. Great broadcast for him, and thank you, Mo. You did great, bud. All right, good night, everyone.